Welcome to The More You Know, The Better It Tastes. And we are here with another great guest. And first of all, I have my wonderful co-host,
Susie Laredo.
How are you doing today, Susie?
I'm doing fantastic. We have another amazing guest, and as always, right?
We do.
I'm serious. Our culinary scene, our the inspirational people here in San Antonio. How cool is it?
Yeah. We all love burgers. I do anyway. I think everyone
too.
loves burgers. So a couple of years ago, this new trend came. I think it's new trend, where you take the burger and you smash it down and make it all crispy on the end. Well, this guest has mastered that. And we have today Alvin Garlitos, and he's the owner of ZOJAH
Burger.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
We are glad to have you. So ZOJAH Burger just opened, how many months ago?
About 3 months ago.
About 3 months ago on Huebner, 9390?
9390, Huebner Road.
Got my memory still works.
It's such a cool place. It has such a cool vibe, friendly. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Good food.
Well, we have to ask right off the bat, ZOJAH, what does that mean?
So ZOJAH is my kids' names. I put it together. It's Zoe, Elijah, and Isaiah. and I
love
just
that.
mashed them together.
Yeah.
How do they like that?
They love it. We've been calling them that for a long time.
Aw.
And it just felt right to call the restaurant that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
How old are they?
So it's the 6, a 7-year-old, and now a 9-month-old.
Oh, a 9-month-old. Wow.
That's so cool.
Well, the older two are definitely old enough to, I'm sure they go to school and say, well, this place is named after me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They tell the teachers about it.
Right. Oh, I love it.
That is so cool. Well, how did you decide to open a restaurant? What's your history? Are you from San Antonio?
Yeah, so my dad was military, so we moved here back in 95.
Okay.
And he ended up retiring here. But yeah, so I've been here for quite a while. I ended up going to the Culinary Institute of America here at the Pearl.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I went there about 10 years ago and, wanting to open a burger restaurant. But back then, my goal was to open more of a gourmet type of burger, right? So things have changed since then.
So still burger, but
Still
gourmet
burgers,
burger.
Correct. Yeah, so
So how did your path swerved, right?
yes, correct. So I've been a registered nurse now for 16 years.
What came first, the nurse or the
Nurse, yeah.
restaurant?
So I've been a registered nurse for 16
So
years.
you were already a registered nurse, and you decided to go to culinary school.
Or did you
did.
go? Oh, really?
I
So
did.
you went,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
So
interesting.
I was a nurse for probably 8 years, and then I was still working full time, and I went to the Culinary Institute of America for full time as well.
So was food something that was just part of your
Yes.
home and your family? And
Absolutely. I love food. We love to go out to eat all the time. Burgers. I love burgers.
Yeah.
So anywhere I can go try another burger when we're out of town, we'll try a different burger as
Yeah.
well. So I've always had a passion for burgers and hospitality and cooking as well. So
do you feel like your flavors and all that kind of thing are inspired from home? Are your parents, do they cook or?
no, yeah. Well, so my parents they cooked a lot of like Filipino food, Italian food, but other than that, not much burgers.
Yeah.
So we barbecued quite a bit, but no burgers. It was just more of a passion.
Wow, interesting. I love that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I love burgers too, so.
Oh yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I want to understand the story. So you're a nurse, went to school because you wanted to open a gourmet burger place.
Correct.
But then as you got closer to opening...
Yeah, so after going to the culinary school, I ended up, the pay was much higher as a registered nurse.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I didn't have the funds to open a burger restaurant back then because it's, cost a lot of money to open a restaurant. So
Yeah.
I ended up going back to work, and then I had this opportunity, a few years later to get the location I have right now here in the medical center.
Yeah.
And I was specifically looking for something that had a drive-through in a area that had high traffic. So
It's important to have a drive-through.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Especially with a burger spot.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
we're
it's-
friends with Andrew Weissman, who owns
okay.
Mr. Juicy. And as he's trying to expand, he's always on the lookout for a reasonable place with a drive-through. And he said
Yeah.
it's like a unicorn.
It's hard to
very
find.
hard to find.
Yeah.
So you're lucky that you found that.
And I love that, you had this idea of, I have this passion for burgers, and your very first thought was, let me go to culinary school so I can learn everything I need to learn about, I think that's really cool.
Yeah. No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, whenever you decided to become a nurse, what drove that? That was right out of school.
Correct.
Right
yeah.
Out of high
so
school?
right out of high school. Correct. Yeah. So I think a lot of it came from my parents. So coming from the Philippines, there's a huge population of registered nurses that come
Yes,
out
there
of the
are.
Philippines, right? So
I heard a comedian talking about that. Chances are they're Filipino. Yeah.
that's true. That's true. And they always push me to either be a registered nurse or a doctor. That's the biggest thing, right? And then my dad started saying, hey, you should become a business owner, open up businesses and stuff like that. He never did it himself.
Wow.
Yeah, but he always wanted that.
Correct.
Okay.
That is so cool because it's just so interesting to hear family dynamic and become an entrepreneur as it's not easy. It's not the easiest thing. I mean, there is you have to know everything from marketing to business to whatever the craft is that you're,
or you learn it on the way.
You learn it on the way. Exactly. So that's cool that he had that aspiration for you.
Yes, absolutely. No, it was great.
Yeah, that's really cool. So what made you decide, so you had gourmet burgers in your mind. What made you decide Smash?
So Smashburgers is probably within the last 2 years. I started seeing different locations serving smash burgers, and I thought the concept was great. Coming from the culinary school, there's something we call the Maillard reaction, right? And that's what we do with the smash burgers. So what you do is it caramelizes, it kind of crisps the edges. You're kind of rendering the fats, right? And giving that Maillard reaction, that crispy, lacy edges that you want on the smash burgers. And I thought that was a great concept. So I started making that, in the backyard on, some flat tops, and it was coming out really good.
Yeah.
And I think personally that I enjoy the flavor a lot more versus regular burger. But still, I still love traditional burgers.
Yeah, it's almost like two different foods.
It is.
Yeah, it
But I
is.
enjoy both
It
of
is.
them.
I had some the other day, and I just remembered how good it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really good. And then the other thing that you do, and I guess you don't have to have it done this way, but you grill the onion and then put the meat with the onion, kind of smash the burger into the grilled onion.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so it adds a little extra flavor onto the burger, if you, onto
A lot
the
of extra
patty.
flavor,
If
yeah.
you do it that way, correct. Yeah, but if you don't do it right, you'll burn the onions. So it takes, the whole process takes a little bit of learning before you can get the smash burger correct.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's a prime location too. It's right there on Huebner Road.
Yes,
so there's
yes,
a
yes.
lot of
A lot of
traffic that
traffic.
goes back and forth there.
Yeah.
The medical center right there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
a lot of our listeners know of Mari Imonte and Prince. He's
Oh,
been
yeah.
on here a couple of times on our podcast. And this ZOJAH Burger is in the same center as Mari Imonte.
Yeah,
It's just you're down
right.
at the end.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's where
Just
you
right
get the
next door.
drive-through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, so it's easy to get to. It's close to the medical center. But how do you do that as a full-time nurse?
Yeah.
How
Find
do you
the time.
run another full-time business over here?
Yeah,
How do you do that?
so when we had first opened up, I was still working full time as a registered nurse, and I hired some team leaders who can open and close for me. That way, I could still
That's
work as a
nice.
registered nurse and still take care of the family, but still have a restaurant that could run.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that the restaurant was taken care of. I wanted to make sure, that my family's taken care of, and I could still work at the hospital as well.
Yeah. So as a registered nurse, I mean, that's the path you decided to go, caring for people and that kind of thing. How does it feel seeing people eating your smash burgers and, having that joy and happiness on their face?
Oh, I mean, it's been great. I've had several of my, my bosses come, people from high school. I graduated in 04.
Yeah.
And people from high school that I haven't seen since 04 were coming
Wow.
to support.
So cool.
Yeah, it's been great.
I love that. Yeah.
Wow. So, what type of nurse are you?
So I spent most of my time in the emergency room as a registered nurse.
Ooh.
But now I've transitioned to the house supervisor, kind of, just kind of oversees the hospital.
Okay, that's probably better because I would imagine an emergency room nurse, you see some things that kind of disturb
Oh yeah,
you.
yeah. It's. I mean, it was
Another
a rush,
reason
though.
you need a happy place to come and to
Exactly.
see people happy, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
was there anything, personally that inspired you to open this burgers joint?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is so ZOJAH Burger, like I said, was my kid's name, Zoe, Elijah, Isaiah. I wanted to show them how something small like this restaurant can make a big impact in the community, right? So not only do we serve, great food and, provide great hospitality, but our biggest mission is to give back to the community and be part of the community. So we actually give 10% of our profits back to the community that the restaurant
cool.
is in.
I love that. That is amazing. And I'm sure for them, it's such a huge lesson of giving back.
Yeah. It's hard for
kids.
them to understand right now, so I kind of have to show them. So, when we do certain donations, I take them to show them,
So
hey,
they can see.
we're gonna buy these gifts for the the cancer patients.
Wow.
So let's explore that a little bit more. So what does that mean, giving back to the community? And it always changes?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so they're so we're not a franchise, we're a family-owned business. So right now there's we don't have any set companies that we have to donate to, organizations. We're kind of open to anything right now. So we've done a few things already. Starting in December, we've donated to the pediatric cancer patients who were admitted into the hospitals during the holidays. So the ones that were stuck there during Christmas and New Year's, we bought a bunch of Christmas gifts for them with my kids, and we partnered with Hope Hits Harder, which is a pediatric cancer foundation, and they help us transport the gifts to the patients.
That's so cool.
I mean, that's so cool, and it's great that your kids get to actually be a part of it, rather than just handing over a check.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's what I like to know exactly where it's going right now, right? So
of course.
As we get larger, we obviously the contributions get larger as well. So that's the goal.
So what part of because I mean, people have been flocking out there to try your burgers. What part of the success? I mean, I know you've only been open
three months. Mm-hmm.
What's been most surprising to you?
I think the support that we've had in the past 3 months, succeeded our expectations. I'm not sure if because it's the, maybe the vision that we have and not just the food. So I think that might be part of it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got to have the food too, because people aren't going to come in.
Correct.
You're going to start getting reviews and everything. But everything I've seen has been great. Everyone loves your food.
Awesome,
And
thank you.
So so I've been twice. The first time, I don't always love the special sauce that's put on burgers. So the first time I went there, I ordered it without any sauce, and it was good. The second time, I said, no, give it the way it's supposed to be, the way you created it. It was amazing. It was so good.
Oh, thank you.
And so that's what I would encourage everyone to do when you go ahead and get the whole thing. Get it the way it's supposed to be. And, man, the flavor is just delicious.
Yeah, it was really yummy.
And it's huge.
So I mean, your interior is really cool. The atmosphere, like I mentioned before, you have these, really cool graphic paintings. So were you a part of that?
Yeah, so I did hire an interior designer that would help bring, my vision to life, right? Because, my background is not interior design, but I knew what, the colors I wanted, the kind of theme that I wanted for the restaurant or the brand going forward as we open other locations. I wanted to make sure that when you walk into a ZOJAH Burger, you know exactly that, what company this is, what brand this is, and, what our mission's about.
Yeah. So for other people out there that are listening who are either just starting their journey of opening a new restaurant or they have aspirations, what would be your advice or because there's always things, there's always unexpected things. I think every restaurant owner we talked to that they were like, oh my gosh, I did not expect this at all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I mean, there's a lot of answers to that question, but the biggest thing is, don't give up, right? Because there's a lot of things that kind of lead up to opening up the restaurant.
Yeah.
And another thing is don't overspend, kind of work with what you have. And then as you start making money, profits, then start adding on to, expanding your concept, your marketing, but don't spend too much up front.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of people get
That's
into
really
trouble.
good. Yeah. And fear, a lot of people have, they have these visions and they want to do something, but they're afraid to do it. And that's the whole entrepreneur spirit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the fear is going to keep a lot of people away.
It will.
But you don't want to, wish that you tried something but never did.
Yeah,
I never did it. Wow, that's
I love
huge.
that. That's great advice.
That's great lesson for your children as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Smashburgers are everywhere. What makes yours better? What? No, I mean, I know that's a big question. It's a loaded question.
There is.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of good Smashburgers all over the place. If you just search for great Smashburgers, you'll probably end up at one. But I think our biggest differentiator is not only do we serve high quality smash burgers, because we do the certified Angus beef, and it does take some some skill to smash them properly to get the crispy edges, and then we create our own house sauce. But beyond that is the vision of the restaurant and where we're going with it. Right, we want to be a true part of the community where our impact is huge. Yeah. As we grow to other locations, we want to be able to contribute to that community, to that demographics over there in that area as well.
I love that.
Wow.
So do you already have in your mind a second location?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you do want more than one location.
I do. Correct. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, our goal, our mission is to give back to the community, and it's hard to do that when you have one location. Yeah.
So
our bigger impact is the more we grow, the more we can impact different parts of San Antonio or Texas or wherever.
Do you already have a mind?
I do. I'd like to go to the far west side. I'd like to go to the south side.
Yeah. Awesome.
Somewhere far north as well of San Antonio.
That's awesome.
Well, I'll give you my address so you'll know about the area.
Exactly.
So you can get there quickly.
So I mean, it is a cool concept that seems like it would be perfect for multiple locations.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it is the kind. What do you have on your menu that not enough people are ordering, and you're thinking, man, this is really good. People should be ordering this.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the biggest things we have are the smash burgers, right? So we have a double, triple, a single, and we also have a jalapeno double smash. But other than the smash burgers, we have a really good chicken sandwich. So we have a hot chicken sandwich, which is not off the charts hot at all. It's more for flavor. Okay. And we have a regular chicken sandwich, which, we have a lot of good feedback on our chicken sandwiches, and some chicken bites as well. Those are other big sellers as well.
So are these like chicken tenders that you
They
cooked,
are.
Or, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not ground chicken that you
No. These are chicken breasts that are cut.
Gotcha. All right.
So what's your favorite moment so far that you've experienced, either with a staff member or a customer or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, our biggest thing is the hospitality that we provide. So, we try to go above and beyond for the guests that come in. And I feel that, they feel that as well, because we have a lot of customers guests that come back to us, several times a week. So we find that, we find that as a blessing.
Yeah.
That is so cool. All right, well, we're going to stop here, and we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with more with Alvin Garlitos of ZOJAH Burger. We'll be right back.
Be right back.
Susie, one of our biggest audience members is restaurant owners or people that are thinking about getting into restaurants.
Yes.
And from talking to them, the biggest issue they have in running a restaurant is their POS system.
Absolutely. It's such an important, of course, part of being a restaurant owner.
Yeah, and some of them they're just these big behemoth software companies that do so much it just gets. San Antonio POS is who we recommend, because San Antonio POS is locally owned, locally managed, and you get local service.
Absolutely. I mean, we've heard some restaurant owners who have been in such a pickle. They've needed to get a representative out there to fix something on their POS system because it is so important, and they haven't been able to get a hold of somebody or get somebody out there. They'll tell them it's 3 days before we can get somebody out there, and that is not workable. Where with San Antonio POS, because they are local, they're there and ready to help.
They're right away. San Antonio POS uses SkyTab, which is a software that was made for the hospitality industry, and it has everything you already want. But the first thing that our friend David Dykin, that owns San Antonio POS, he'll come out and he'll sit with you and find out exactly what your processes are and design it for your restaurant.
Yeah, and one of the reasons, because we are really picky about who we work with, even sponsors. We want to make sure that they are.
You're not picky. You work with me.
Yeah. I'm very picky.
All right.
But David is amazing. He has a heart like we do, as far as the restaurant owners go, where he really cares, and he goes in there. He wants the restaurant to succeed.
And he's been doing this more than 30 years, so he knows
what he's doing. Exactly.
Yeah.
The other cool thing about San Antonio POS is there's no hidden costs.
That's right.
So a lot of different systems, they charge for their gift cards, they charge for loyalty programs, they charge for all of those different types of things where it's all included.
Yeah, and not only that, right now they have a special. If you have a San Antonio POS put into your system, afterwards, you'll get $5,000 back. That helps to cover the cost for your training, helps cover the cost of any downtime that you had while switching. it really is a great
It
opportunity.
is a great program. Exactly. Yeah. So David Dyken is the individual that you want to get a hold of. He owns San Antonio POS, and as we said, amazing fella. And you can go to his website. Alan, his phone number is
210-723-6075.
Make sure you say that San Antonio Restaurants or the Flavors of Texas sent you.
That's right. And you can also go to our website, which is theFlavorsOfTexas.com. Scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see a banner that says San Antonio POS. Click on that, and it takes you right there.
Absolutely.
All right. And we are back. This is The More You Know, The Better It Tastes. And today we have Alvin Garlitos. Alvin is the owner of ZOJAH Burger at, what is the address?
9390 Huebner Road.
There you go.
Yes.
9390 Huebner
Fantastic
Road.
place.
It's a 3-month-old Smashburger unit that has some fabulous food.
Yes.
And I was curious. So, what was the inspiration? Why did you mentioned you wanted to start this restaurant, but why start this? What was your?
Yeah. So, going back to where I wanted to show my kids that the restaurant could have a bigger impact to the community, is my mom had passed away in 2021 from cancer. And I was paying for a lot of, the bills and co-pays and stuff like that. And she did not want that.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. And I figured there are probably a lot of families who are in the same situation. So I figured, what could I do to help the community and give back so other family members, we can help provide that for them. So what I decided to do, because, I wanted to open a burger restaurant, I felt fitting to open up something like this in the medical center. So what I did is open up the Smashburger here in San Antonio's medical center with the vision to give back, well, at least to start with giving back 10% of our profits to the community, to, not just for cancer patients, not just for any sort of nonprofit organizations, but we're working with elementary schools at the moment, high schools, and just being a part of the community. That way, if there's anything, the community may need, or cancer patients, we are going to be able to give back to the community.
I love that.
We've worked with another nonprofit organization called Rays of Relief, and we've contributed to them for what they do is they do co-pays for radiation therapy patients as well.
Oh, wow.
Also towards like gas expenses, hotel expenses for families that come in.
Yeah, which people don't realize the amount of. You're already going through so much as it is, and then with all of the expenses and everything, all of the stress of everything aside from that.
Yeah, not just medical expenses. Expenses like where you're going to stay, what are you going to eat while you're there every day.
So was this your back when you started culinary school? Was this the reason? Was this why you were like, you know what?
Not culinary school.
Not yet.
No.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, culinary school. I graduated in 2016.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and my mom passed away in 2021.
Got it. So then you but once you did go to culinary school, then you knew you were like, okay.
Yeah, this was going to be my way of giving back to the community by opening a restaurant.
So in 2016 when you went to culinary school, did you have a thought of I want to give back to the community?
So back then, no. I just wanted to open up a great burger restaurant, and then things changed, right? So
well, yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's the impact that your mom has had on you. And now what you're doing for the community is
exactly.
just, I mean, it's bigger than
100%.
You mentioned earlier that your dad, even though you were a nurse, he kind of wanted you to go into business and to do open up different businesses and everything. Is your dad still around?
He is. Yes, he is.
Oh, wow. And so what does he think about you opening a burger place?
Oh, he loves it.
Now you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's proud. He enjoys seeing all the videos we post up there.
Is he here in San Antonio?
No, he's back in the Philippines.
Okay,
so after he retired from the U.S. Air Force, he ended up going back to the Philippines.
Oh, okay. So he hasn't been there yet.
No, he hasn't.
Oh man, you got to fly him in.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Yeah, he sees the videos and he sees
so cool.
He sees everything, all the people coming. So he's excited.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
And it's cool that he gets to see his dream come true.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're kind of living the dream for him because
Yeah.
if he didn't own businesses like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're there for him. Yeah, so let's look at your menu.
So, which burger is your personal go-to when you're like starved?
So my favorite is the jalapeno double burger.
Okay.
I love jalapenos, and we actually use fresh jalapenos cut daily. So it's not pickled; it's freshly cut jalapenos, seeds and all, grilled, and we put them directly onto the burger as well. So
And you do the grilled onions.
Grilled onions. We do both, right? We do grilled onions as well as freshly cut onions as well. So whichever the guests prefer.
Yeah. And is it typically? I mean, do most people order the double?
Correct. Yeah. So the double is our biggest seller, right? Yeah. So the double, the ZOJAH double is what it's called. That's going to be our biggest seller.
Yeah. I mean, because I typically wouldn't get a double, but I have to get a double when I go there.
Oh yeah, no, it's delicious. But you do have a triple.
We do have a triple.
And do people eat that? I mean, that's a lot.
We do. So
because these things are huge, guys, and so if you haven't seen our videos and stuff about ZOJAH Burger, the bun is a decent size. It's a regular size, maybe a little bit larger than regular size bun. But then because it's smashed, that meat is sticking way out. So it's a lot. I don't know what you start out. I don't know, quarter, half pound or what?
On each patty, they're quarter pound each.
Quarter pound each, yeah. And when they're smashed down, they're huge. And so to do a triple,
oh yeah,
people are able to do that.
So we puck them and we prepare the meat daily as well.
Wow.
I mean, we go through so much meat. It's like an all day process. All day long, we're making the patties.
Fresh patties. Wow, that's so cool. So it's almost to order.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I have to say your shakes are really good too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
yes.
you have I mean lots of flavor. So what do you think is the cult favorite?
I would say it's the Reese's shake.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, so the Reese's shake and the Oreo are the two biggest ones. And we recently just released our strawberry. So we have a strawberry one now as well. And it took us a while to actually find the strawberry flavor that we like. So we found one, and it's doing well.
Yeah, the fake shakes are really yummy.
So. Yeah. Another thing you have on your menu that I haven't had yet is a grilled cheese sandwich. Why did you decide to do grilled cheese?
So we wanted something that we could already use our buns for, right?
Yeah.
And so we're using the same potato buns that we're using. We've got the cheese, and we wanted options for the children. And it's funny because not only the children is not the only ones that order it. We have a lot of adult guests that come in and order the grilled cheese.
Yeah. And I didn't even realize there was grilled cheese on the menu.
We do. We do. Yeah. So
typically, what type of cheese do you use?
We use American cheese.
American cheese. Do you have others if somebody wanted it? Or
no, just the American cheese, correct.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep our menu fairly simple. And not very many options as possible.
Well, the thing with American cheese, it tastes great, but it melts like nothing else. So, if you're going to do grilled cheese or a cheeseburger, got to do American cheese.
Yeah. So the other thing, too, is you have some amazing combos that are, priced very nice. I mean, you have a ZOJAH smash with fries. It's only $14.99. That's great. Those are great prices.
Yeah, I mean, we use high quality products, right?
Exactly,
so our Certified Angus Beef is what we use for our patties. We also fry our fries in beef tallow.
Do you?
Awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, and I guess because I have been there and I've eaten there, so I know how huge these burgers are and how good everything is. I mean, it really is a great price, and again, for the quality that you're putting in and the made to order.
Exactly.
It's it's not like running to McDonald's or something.
Yeah, I mean, and like I've said before, is the guest experience is what we look to give as well on top of the food, right? We want to make sure that when you sit down, that we're able to make sure you're taken care of. The only time we want you to get up is if you have to use a restroom.
So you have a bean burger as well.
We do.
Yeah.
So it's our vegetarian option.
I
I
love
was going to
that.
ask about that.
Yeah, so it's a Southwest bean burger, and it's our vegetarian option. There's no meat or anything like that. And
it's so cool that you have that.
We do, and we would love to serve it with our fries, but we can't. You can
because of the beef tallow.
Because of the beef tallow. So we sub it for potato chips.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what we do for that. And we put a little bit of a picante sauce on top, and that really makes that Southwest bean burger over the top.
Yeah, and so so that everyone understands, because sometimes there are places that have a regular beef burger and they put beans on top of it, but then there's also a vegetarian option where they use beans to make the patty. And that's what you have.
Yes, correct. So this is a true vegetarian burger.
It's really delicious, and you're right. The picante on top adds changes the flavor or brings out the flavor maybe a little bit. Great texture. It's just for somebody who wants to eat healthy or somebody who doesn't eat any beef, and you have somebody in your family that's like that, bring them. This is where they come because they can get something
Or
delicious.
if you have somebody who isn't a beef or burger person, you have, which you already talked a little bit about, but you have some amazing chicken sandwiches on your menu as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The crispy
Yeah,
chicken
you
sandwiches.
even do a hot
There's
chicken
a hot
sandwich.
one. Chicken bites. Yeah.
Yes,
Talked about
thank
all
you.
So is there any menu items that you're working on right now that, maybe you could?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
So I mean, when we came out with the menu, we wanted this to be like the menu going forward.
Yeah.
We did not want a lot of options. We wanted to make sure that what we put out is consistent and quality. So we wanted to keep our menu quite small. That way we can, pretty much perfect what we can put out there.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
I think that's
very
smart.
So many places they
Have a 6-page menu.
Yeah, exactly. And then how do you do anything great if you have such a big offering?
There's some that accomplish it, I'll tell you. There are. We know some that have.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah, no. I think that's good. I think that it's smart to keep it small and good and consistent, and especially with your growth plans. So where would you like to see yourself and ZOJAH Burger in 10 years?
I would like to be in 10 years. I'd like to be across the country by that time.
Cool.
Wow, really?
That is so cool.
But not as a franchise. You want to have your
Correct.
hand on
Yeah,
it.
I would like to, still be corporate family owned, and just bring on a great team.
Yeah.
That can help manage.
That's awesome.
Let's talk about your hours. What days are you closed?
We're open 7 days a week.
Wow, that's amazing. So many places are closed either on Monday or on Tuesday. So ZOJAH is your place to go if you're in the medical center, or even if you're, San Antonio. It doesn't take that long to get anywhere. So ZOJAH Burger would be a great opportunity. So what are your hours?
So we open at 10:30
Uh-huh.
a.m. and we close at 11 p.m.
Nice. 10:30 to 11. I'm sorry, 10:30 in the morning till 11 p.m. Wow, that's late. Do you get a lot of people in the evening?
We do. I mean, so being in the
there's
medical
not a
center,
lot.
there's a lot, there's a lot of, nurses, doctors in the medical center. So, they work, all, around the clock. So we have people that, and we offer delivery as well, right? Not only do we have, our delivery options, but we're also on Uber and DoorDash for delivery as well.
So if you're a charitable organization who is maybe listening in, if they are wanting to be considered, do they just can they just reach out
absolutely.
to you?
Yeah, you can call the restaurant, or you can just reach us at info@zojahgroup.com.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
Well, it sounds like ZOJAH Burger is just getting ready to take off, and it's a big success already. In 3 months, it's already a success because you got a great product.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been blessed so far.
Yeah.
So on your website, it says real people, real flavor. It says the ZOJAH way. So what does that mean to you?
It's pretty much the hospitality that we provide. That's the biggest, our huge differentiator. There's a lot of great food out there, but we have to, differentiate ourselves in a certain way. And not just that, is that we give 10% of our profits to the community.
Got it.
So, everything that comes in, 10%
And
of our
that's
profits
so
go back.
so important because people are looking for an experience. I mean, like you said, there's good food all over the place. But if they can go in and they can have that experience, great hospitality, great, vibe and atmosphere, then they're going to go back because they want to experience that again.
Absolutely.
So, and that's really what people are looking for.
Thank you.
Well, Alvin, thank you for being here today. This has been fascinating to learn all about your burgers and how you decided to do that. How,
Well, and
it's amazing to already be a full-time nurse and to do this. I mean, I am way too lazy to work that hard.
Well, and your personal mission, too, is so inspiring, giving back to the community and just everything that you've been through that had brought you to that. And you're using it for good, which is, it's really cool.
In so many ways, helping the community and teaching his children, which is wonderful to see.
Your mom would be very proud.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Wow, very good. Alvin, thank you for being here today.
Go to ZOJAH Burger.
Appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
So ZOJAH Burger is at 9390 Huebner Road. That's suite number 109. That's right there in the medical center, in the same little center as Marimonte. And it's open every day of the week. Great food, great people. Need to go.
Yes.
Thank you.
And a great local spot.
That's right.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Susie, we'll be back again next week
Yes,
with
we will.
another great interview. And we don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be a good one. I know.
It will be amazing. Yes. So many amazing people here.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until then, everyone, please tell your friends about the podcast. Share. Ask them to share. Make sure everyone knows about all these great local restaurants
Exactly.
that we have.
Get out there and support local.
Support local. All right. Until then, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye guys.